Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about a new Doordash scam. So recently I got a message from one of my subscribers and a business partner, Joseph Mayo. Thank you so much for messaging me about this and making this video possible. Remember, Joseph Mayo is not just somebody who can help you get your taxes done quickly and accurately as a gig worker. He also is a gig worker himself and knows exactly what you need in order to grow. That said, he ended up discovering a scam that has taken place in the gig economy relatively recently, and I am excited to learn all about it. So with all that said, we are talking about everything that is being said in this series of messages, what he is saying, what they're saying versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to be, legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over is very market to market and case by case, and what applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started.
Hey Joe, what's going on? I just had an interaction with a regular DoorDash customer of mine, and I thought it would be potentially interesting content to talk about in a short 5-minute video. So I'll share the details. You let me know if this is something you heard of or has happened to you, but here we go. So this regular customer of mine, they typically order like Walgreens, some kind of shopping pay, a supermarket, and they order a higher priced item, typically some kind of like thermometer that's like $40+, and then a bunch of junk food. We're talking gummy worms, chips, soda, Reese's, whatever the case, right? And they always ask to remove the thermometer. Now, the first couple of times I didn't think anything of it, and then, you know, because this happened a number of times, I'm like, wait, I'm remembering this address, I know this name, like I know this tactic of asking me to remove the thermometer. So I genuinely was curious, and I asked them, I was, in a playful way, like, is there a hack that I'm missing here? And to my surprise, they told me in the DoorDash chat that some supermarkets or whatever shops will have a promotion where if you order, let's say, over $50, you get $20 off. Now, you put a higher price item, like a $40 thermometer with some other snacks you want, you ask the dasher to remove the higher priced item, and then you still get the $20 off though, but your subtotal is obviously just the snacks because you took off the thing. And at that point I asked them, so you basically get the order for free? Because I think that's what they're doing. And this person doesn't tip, by the way, but I always take it because it's kind of like a $10+ order, and I don't mind. It's worth my time.
Well, first off, in terms of $10+ orders, I understand that, but in terms of no tip orders, if the dollars to mile ratio doesn't make sense, I probably wouldn't have taken it. To me, it's still no tip, no trip, but everyone has their opinion. Although the scam overall seems relatively common, but almost like remixed. So instead of them asking for a substitution that is totally different than what is available in the store, like if you're ordering deli meats and you're asking them to go specifically in the app to replace all of the items with diapers or something and then sell those diapers on Facebook Marketplace for a profit, that's sketchy as hell. But in this case, it's totally different ballgame. This is interesting to me. Because on one hand, you have a promotion that you wouldn't have been able to reach otherwise, and because of that, you ended up saving a bunch of money. That also said, I feel like if you end up removing the thermometer, right, and you basically get a bunch of free stuff, that's not the same as trying to flip for a business. So it's a little bit more innocent, but that doesn't make it any less sketchy. Like, a scam is a scam regardless. He also sent over a screenshot of the interaction because this is interesting. I'm curious. I've seen you place an order and ask for a thermometer to be taken off before. Is that a hack I'm missing out on? LOL. Yeah, some stores have promotions from time to time. For example, if you spend $50, you get $20 off. So if you add $50 in items and then ask for something to take off, you still get the discount. So this order was basically free. I see you plotting, haha. Why would you tell the driver that? Like, I don't condone criminal behavior to begin with, but what I condone even less is doing it stupid. Like, what are you doing? But here's the other question. If you are getting a request to remove an item they definitely have, and you know that this is a scam, would you still do it? Would you still fulfill the order to the best of your ability? Honestly, I don't know what the best move here is. Because in any way I look at it, your ratings are going to get hit in some way. Either you fulfill the order completely and the customer rates you poorly for not fulfilling their request to remove an order. You get caught for fraud, which can potentially lead to a contract violation because the app is going to see you as colluding at some point. You unassign or report the customer, and therefore it's going to hit your completion rate, because you know DoorDash is going to find a way to make it hurt you. And even potentially get you deactivated. There's just so much wrong with this. He took it because this customer doesn't tip, but also keep in mind, this is the kind of customer you're dealing with if you're dealing with no-tip customers. All in all, I would just be careful if you're going to be doing the same thing, because at the end of the day, this is the kind of customers you are going to be dealing with. Also, as a reminder, this video is brought to you by Joseph Mayo, the founder of GigTax. The time of a gig worker is too valuable to be wasted on something like tax prep. So while you keep hustling, GigTax can help you save big. Whether you're a rideshare driver, food delivery driver, any kind of self-employed work, stop wasting your time on taxes that slow you down. GigTax was built by someone who gets it. Joseph Mayo, a gig worker with 7,000 deliveries across 7 platforms, and GigTax knows exactly what you need to get your taxes done fast, right, and starting at DIY prices. Enjoy exclusive perks such as electronic state filing and portal access, as well as year-round support from a dedicated tax pro with audit protection. Beyond grateful for his services, Joseph went above and beyond to make the process easy and convenient. I recommend him to everyone. Book your strategy session now at gigtaxservice.com/drivenwyld and use code WYLD to access your special offering and simplify your taxes and save with GigTax today. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Don't need the stress, don't need the strife.